Hi, my next technology resource I'm going to be talking about is Boom Learning or Boom Cards. This is another one that I played around with a little bit for this assignment and really researched and looked more into and ended up liking it and wanting to try it in my classroom going into this week. So something new to me. I've never used it before, but since I had been playing around with it, I did kind of set it up for being able to use it this week going back to school. So if you do have when you do log in, this is kind of the first teacher page you might see. It did take me a little bit to kind of play around with Boom Learning. It is a little bit confusing. But if you do have a Google Classroom, it connects right to Google Classroom. You can import your students right from there, or you could always click New Classroom and add in your students manually, which is something that I did. And then the classes you have will pop up here. And then Boom Learning or Boom Cards are basically interactive paperless cards that give immediate feedback to the students. So with Boom Cards, you can either create them yourself or you could get them from things like Teacher Pay Teachers or different teachers you might follow in different blogs and things like that as well. So if you go up here to Library, I haven't created any myself yet, but I do have some from the library. There's free resources that I did download, and I did download a pack from a teacher on Teacher Pay Teachers. So when you do that, it comes kind of right here. I'm on the All folder right now, and then you can kind of filter them in to different folders you make. So if you go, my students are working on Silent E this week. Here's a Magic E deck, and then if you want to preview a deck, you would just click to it. And this is basically what the students are going to see. So they're going to have to read the Magic E word. So for here would be game, build the Magic E word, and it's all interactive. It can be done on a screen or a tablet. Where's the G? They would build it next. And then they would find a picture that matches the word. The sound's off. Oh, the sound is on. And then they would submit and go to the next one. A cool thing about Boom Cards is they can play decks as many times as they want. And then all of this gets sent back to you as a teacher in a report. So a big reason why I chose Boom Cards is because I was looking at different ways to kind of incorporate interactive lessons that were engaging, but were also kind of fast and kind of self-graded. I do know with Google Classroom you can do that with Google Slides, but I do think Boom Cards is a cool alternative to that. If you do go here to reports, you could click through to the different decks. I had downloaded a decent amount onto here since I am going to use it starting this week. And then you can see, select a classroom, so you have to select the class, select deck, and then the class would show up, and you can kind of see that student's progress will show up right here. So kind of look something like this on the bottom for you to kind of track their progress, the accuracy, and if they really are getting the scale or if they do need something else. And then Boom Cards are really neat. Also, you can send Boom Cards out to entire class or specifically to certain groups to kind of differentiate for them. My students that are reading above grade level right now don't really need to be working on letter ID and letter sound, so my lower students might get that. Well, they get something that's more on the comprehensive and with the reading comprehension. Sorry. And then my students would definitely be the audience for this. And then the two ISTE standards I would connect to Boom Cards would be 2E, share lessons learned, best practices, challenges, and the impact of learning with technology with other education leaders who want to learn from this work. So I'd be able to share Boom Cards with anyone who's interested in it and share the pros and cons I see myself. And And then 3E, develop learning assessments that provide a personalized, actionable view of student progress in real time. And that basically goes back to the reports that get shot back right to you. You don't have to do any grading yourself. It's kind of self-graded. Thanks. Bye.